Hey everyone, hello, hello. So, I thought today that we would dive into the world of Michèle Lamy, a woman who defies easy definition. Some call her a style witch, others a high priestess of fashion. But to truly understand Lamy, you have to go far beyond the aesthetics. Michèle Lamy is a French designer, a performance artist, a creative powerhouse. She's most famously known as the wife and longtime creative collaborator of fashion designer Rick Owens. And together, they've built an empire of raw architectural beauty that blurs the lines between art, fashion, and spiritual experience. But before she became Rick Owens' muse and creative partner, Lamy had a life that was as nomadic and unconventional as her appearance. She was born in Jura, France. She originally studied law before becoming immersed in the Parisian cabaret scene, dancing, performing, and eventually creating her own underground world of art and design. Lamy's unique look is one that is what most people instantly recognize about her in fashion. Her gold-capped teeth, henna-stained fingertips, tattoos, and layers of jewelry all form part of her signature visual language. She once explained the origin of her idiosyncratic style in an interview, saying, "The first time I went to North Africa, and I was 17 or 18, I saw this woman with all these necklaces and tattoos. I found it so marvelous, so beautiful." And that experience left a lasting imprint on her, influencing not only her aesthetic, but her worldview. Her appearance became an act of reverence, a way to channel ancient feminine energy and timeless beauty rather than following modern fashion norms. What's truly fascinating about Lamy is that despite her mystical aura, she doesn't adhere to any formal religion. According to Sleek magazine, she was raised in a humanist, non-religious family, and even as a child, she doubted the existence of God. Instead, she believes in something more abstract, the memory of genes and DNA, and the power of humanity to be incredible without divine intervention. To her, spirituality isn't about worship, it's about remembering. She once said belief is really just a way to express the memory of your genes. That's why so many describe her as a goddess, a witch, or high priestess, not because she claims to have mystical power, but because she embodies a spiritual connection to history, ancestry, and creativity itself. Lamy has often been called a subversive style shaman, and that title fits her perfectly. Her approach to fashion and art is deeply intuitive, almost ritualistic. She collects voodoo masks, tribal artifacts, and other anthropological treasures, seeing them not just as objects, but as vessels of history and spirit. She even once worked with a shaman dentist, replacing her fillings with gold and capping her teeth, turning her smile into a kind of ceremonial statement piece. For Lamy, the body is the first canvas of art, and each modification, each layer, and each ritual adornment is a form of storytelling. Her marriage to Rick Owens isn't just romantic, it's artistic. The two live and work together as co-conspirators in a creative universe where darkness meets divinity. Owens himself once said that Lamy is the unfiltered version of everything he creates. Together, they've turned their personal and professional partnership into a living performance, merging architecture, fashion, and philosophy. At her core, Michèle Lamy is about transformation of the self, of material, and of meaning. She lives like a work of art, continually redefining what it means to be alive, spiritual, and creative in a world obsessed with conformity. Her life reminds us that spirituality doesn't always come from temples or scriptures. Sometimes it comes from style, memory, and the courage to live as art itself. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe even hit the bell notification so that you get my newest updates. So until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and remember, your spirit is your greatest canvas. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.